Hi, this is Bob Diamond. Many call me America's tax sale attorney, and I've shown lots of new business owners how to build a successful business using straightforward and a very powerful business model. And over the years, I've noticed a trait that all of my successful students share. My most successful students, the students who get started and end up earning great money, replacing the regular jobs, or even become very high earning, high six-figure business owners, they all have similar traits in common. They all have, number one, a willingness to try, fail, and keep trying. They have tenacity, they have discipline, and above all, they have a very specific get-it-doneness, for lack of a better word. And at the same time, virtually all of my students who really don't fulfill their potential, the ones who sometimes end up on a good day just treading water, these are the ones who get sidetracked. They never quite achieve their full potential, and they all have a similar problem. And that problem is losing focus and also paying attention to things that really don't matter, that don't move the needle in their business. Now, there are a lot of things that can cause this, but in my opinion, in today's world, one of the worst causes of people losing focus, straying from the path that they want to be on, and absolutely getting lost in the weeds, is paying attention to social media. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. And that's the benefits of not using social media. Maybe not at all, but certainly not very much. And also, if you stick with me to the end of this video, I'll tell you one very seriously underrated use for social media and how you can start using it today to get ahead. Now, let me be very clear about one thing. I'm not saying you need to throw your cell phone in the trash. That's not realistic. I'm certainly not saying not to stay in touch with your friends and family, exchanging pictures on Facebook and family news. You can do that. You can even share that on Instagram. But you need to use social media as a tool that you check in on every once in a while. And here's why. One of the most important things that you can have as an entrepreneur, and as a human for that matter, is the ability to think and the time to think, the ability to focus and to bring tasks that you're working on to completion, and to bring ideas that you have to fruition. You need time to deeply think about things and to work on them. As far as ideas, often the best ideas will come when your mind is just relaxing or really turned off. If you have your social media on, especially if they have the alerts going on, every time you turn around, you're going to be distracted by a beeping or a buzzing, letting you know there's a new message or someone's liked or commented on something you've said, and that's very addictive. They're designed to be that way. And you absolutely cannot think clearly or have the time you need if you allow yourself to be interrupted like that. You have to set up boundaries. And have you ever heard someone say, I get my best ideas when I'm just out walking the dog or when I'm taking a shower? And you'll also often hear successful people say, I keep a notepad right by my bed so that when I wake up with a good idea or a solution to a problem I've been working on, I can just write it down. There's a reason why that happens. It's important to give your mind a chance to wander and to think without being constantly attracted by highly addictive apps on your phone that are buzzing and beeping and give you little shots of neurochemicals that you like, because that is the way they work. Those people that run Instagram and Facebook and all those things, they have teams of neuroscientists whose only job it is to figure out how do you get you using that phone and checking their app as much and as frequently as possible. And you know what? They're really good at it. One of the things that happens to people that aren't reaching their goals and aren't reaching their potential is that checking your phone becomes a default mode of distraction at the slightest hint of boredom. And boredom is often what your brain needs to do. It's just that resting before it comes up with the next great idea or the next thing you need to do to move your idea forward. And remember, the cell phone has been built for that and purposed for that. The cell phone, especially the smartphone, has been specifically engineered by some of the smartest behavioral scientists in the world to be incredibly compelling and addictive. Their only job in life is to get your attention and keep it so that you have random dopamine hits triggered by your phone. Dopamine is one of the chemicals in your brain that comes out when you answer your phone and start looking at things, and you like that in a subconscious level. And if you allow yourself to be subjected to the phone the way it's designed, you will become a dopamine addict, I guarantee it. So these very sophisticated folks spend hours a day thinking of ways to keep you checking your phone and constantly scrolling on your social media apps. For example, why sit there in line at the supermarket just bored, not doing anything, when you could check Facebook? Maybe someone commented on your message or liked something you said. Or worse, Why not spend your time getting in heated arguments on politics or social issues on Twitter with whatever idiot happens to be on there commenting on the other side of what you believe? Or why not get upset about whatever terrible thing is happening on the news, the end of the world is coming, this afternoon? That's the problem. This constant war for your attention is going on. And other than a big old time suck from arguing politics or being concerned about other things, either very limited or no control over, the problem is that you end up not getting your priorities done, and distracting your mind all the time doesn't give your mind a chance to wander, to bring to you opportunities and solutions to things you're working on. It just simply doesn't do that. Never underestimate the value and power of being alone with your own thoughts and just giving yourself a calm space to think about things and to just let your life be calm. That's where you can reflect on yourself, reflect on what's going on, and identify the next move for you that's going to get you closer to your goals. It's critical to protect your time and your attention. Don't look to always be distracted. Allow yourself to be bored a little bit because your subconscious will be working on your problems. This is proven. This goes back many decades of study. It's proven that your subconscious works on your problems while you're doing other things, but you can't constantly allow your attention to be whipsawed. If you allow the phone to get and hold your attention and stopping you from doing things that are actually productive and good for you and getting you to your goals, then you're really preventing yourself from getting to where you want to in life. When you stop your attention from being hijacked all the time, ideas are going to feel like they came out of nowhere. But the truth is, these ideas will come to you when you give your mind the space and time and lack of distractions to work on them in the first place. And extra bonus, you will be more calm and more relaxed and happier. I promise. Your family will even love you more. And speaking of calm and relaxed, social media really is best at causing anxiety more than anything else, except the news, which is probably better at causing anxiety because, as William Randolph Hearst said years ago, if it bleeds, it leads. So they put bad news all the time because of the way we work psychologically. We'll talk about the news in another video, and you've also probably heard of echo chambers. And here's how that works. Your world is what you pay attention to. There's a ton of information out there at any given time, more than you could possibly ever absorb. So when you start to pay attention to something on social media, well, the algorithms, they notice it, and they send you more information just like information that you're clicking on and consuming. So if something terrible on the news caught your eye or caught your attention on Google or Facebook or Twitter, all those apps will notice because these are little robots working 24/7, tracking everything you're interested in. And you know what? They will send you more content just like that. Pretty soon, you'll start to believe that whatever you're paying attention to is everywhere. It's much bigger than it actually is. And it's because all the information is going to correspond to what you're already looking at. These neuroscientists have figured out a long time ago that if they feed you more of what you already believe, then you'll pay attention to it. It's so easy to get fixated and to lose perspective and to make something bigger than it actually is, which is an inaccurate view of the world, which successful people have accurate views of the world, and that's what they seek, not inaccurate views. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a frequent customer of social media who's really happy? I bet you haven't. And why is that? Because people end up consuming information that is upsetting and getting into arguments with some stranger on the internet, or looking at a really carefully curated selection of photos of people trying to make themselves look happier and better than they are. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Instagram. These pictures are filtered. They took 53 pictures and put one up. Everybody's smiling, happy with amazing lives. Everybody, you know what? They're in great shape. Their skin is perfect, and they're always on vacation, or at least doing something more interesting things than you are. It's really like a digital version of something that creates envy in you and just makes you feel like the grass is greener somewhere else. On its best day, it's only simply going to make you feel bad about yourself. On a worse day, it's going to make you feel outright depressed. You don't know the reality of what's behind those beautiful pictures. So looking at them, you're simply going to feel more inadequate and more anxious. And an anxious mind worries and is distracted and will simply find things that will make you more anxious. That's going to lead you back into more social media, into more distractions, to take your mind off the bad feelings and let yourself zone out. Now, that is just unhealthy. I'm going to get a little philosophical for a second. You are the architect of the world you see around you and the world that you inhabit. If you overindulge in social media, you're going to put yourself into an echo chamber of misery and unhappiness. You're going to see a highly calibrated world where every click, every online argument, every perfectly staged and curated and modified photo are all going to be amplified by algorithms designed to make you feel bad about yourself and feed you more of the same stuff that makes you feel bad in the first place. You can choose a better world for yourself, a better life, a world of friends, a world of connection, a world of love, a world of knowing people around town, about noticing the beautiful things in your world, and even when you're just walking home. You can enjoy a calmer, happier world with less anxiety. And that's the world that allows you to reach your full potential. It's a slower world, I'll give you that, and all of that is much better, much longer lasting, and you'll come out on the other side a much better and, most importantly, more happy person. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you I'd tell you about one underrated use for social media, and maybe the only really good use other than keeping in touch with family and exchanging some family photos. That's a great idea. So here goes. In today's world, you can learn about almost anything on social media. You can look on YouTube, which is a great place to learn how to fix something, how to prepare a new recipe, or even get excited and learn about a new business opportunity. It is incredible information at the click of a button. And there has literally never been a time when information has been so available to anyone who wants it for free. In my opinion, the best business that you can start now is a tax overages business. It's a business that doesn't take much time or money to start. It's super low risk, and you don't need any special licenses, and you can start with nothing more than a cell phone, an internet connection, and the willingness to learn. So if you'd like to know how that works, then click on one of my videos telling you exactly how I've taught regular people who aren't attorneys like me, nor do they necessarily have prior business experience, although I have plenty of successful people that have been successful in other businesses. But whether you've been in business before or not, we can show you how to replace or even beat your regular income with an overages business. It's a truly incredible opportunity. So check it out, click on the link, and I will see you on the next video.